This month's meeting kicked off with a presentation from Derek Jasmine, the liaison for Community Board 5 at the New York City Department of City Planning in the Queen's office. City of Yes for Economic Opportunity is the second of sequence in citywide reforms towards zoning resolutions. The initiative would remove outdated limitations on businesses and ensure that local retail streets and commercial centers across the city can remain lively places that sustain our neighborhoods. We heard a little bit more about their engagement process on this initiative, where they heard from 100 plus stakeholder organizations across the city about ways zoning can get in the way of expanding or establishing businesses. Derek emphasized that this proposal has been shaped by our concerns as community members. Current rules governing businesses have made it harder for them to find space, small businesses hurting the most in this situation, and to support commercial corridors and entrepreneurs throughout the city and reduce retail vacancy. We need modern zoning regulations that help the city adapt in a dynamic and evolving economy. The overarching initiative vision is ensuring that zoning works for our economy and not against it. They hope to accomplish this initiative through 4 main goals. 1, making it easier for businesses to find space and grow. 2, boost growing industries. 3, enable more business-friendly streetscapes. And 4, create new opportunities for businesses to grow. There are 18 citywide proposals that fit into these 4 goals throughout all boroughs. For more information on the initiative, the proposals, the goals, and its impact on our community, please refer to the Queens Community Board 5 November 2023 meeting on our YouTube page from minutes 4 to 24. Also, Community Board members had a chance to ask some questions on this proposal. If you're interested in listening to those questions, please refer to minute 24 to minute 53 on the YouTube link. Next, we had the public forum starting at minute 54, where members had a chance to voice their concerns on the City of Yes for Economic Opportunity proposal.
These changes
Wrap
and many
it up,
more,
please.
Okay, will not foster positive change in our neighborhoods. Instead, they will deregulate our entire land use process and allow commercial development everywhere, which is not appropriate or welcome.
Thank you.
This needs to be voted down. Thank you.
Thank you.
Truck traffic and safety.
80,000 pounds of steel, along with 125 to 300 gallons of fuel barreling up and down Elliott Avenue in front of our homes. My neighbors and I, who live on Elliott between 69th Street and Fresh Pond Road, have been experiencing this for years. It is illegal, it is destructive, and most of all, it's incredibly dangerous.
Social media.
The board an idea of establishing a social media presence for CB5 on both Facebook and Instagram.
Cannabis dispensaries and their proximity to schools.
This cannabis store is on the corner across the street from St. Stan's, where little children are walked around the school every day on daily trips to local establishments. Please just oppose this, and I'm not against it, but put it up by UPS somewhere. It doesn't have to be next to a school. That's it.
We really need to protect the children and the future, because if we let these things go on, you all know, some of you people from back in the day, that marijuana is a gateway drug to the next drug, on to the next drug. So
I'm asking the board to vote against the applications for cannabis stores in our communities. I am against them anywhere in the city.
I have grandchildren, 8 of them. They're on this sleeve. Papa loves them. I want them to be safe. I'm not against anything that's legal.
Or anything like that. I can't even sit out on my stoop in the afternoon on the summer without getting a contact high. I really, really want you people to vote against this.
I went to Queensborough Hall. They told me the community board's the eyes and the ears of the community. So please see and hear what we're saying tonight. We don't want it.
Are we going to vote to approve something that makes adult vices more convenient for them, but destroys our children's lives? I say vote against it. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm head instructor of the Tiger Showman's Martial Arts School.
And promoting their local
Grand opening
businesses.
celebration, hopefully by the 18th. But I put a lot of time and effort and energy into this space. Again, it's my livelihood. So thank you for having me speak. And I hope you guys enjoy it and have come by. Thank you.
So new liquor license, we have Ridgewood Bar and Deli, LLC, 1701 Gates Avenue. Next one is JLI Restaurant LLC, 464 Underdock Avenue. Under liquor license renewals, we have 5103 Building Corporation, Knights of Columbus, 7903 Myrtle Avenue, Glendale. We have Coyote Bohemia Inc., 55-19 Myrtle Avenue, Ridgewood. New wine and beer and cider license, Rose's Pizza, 7559 Metropolitan Avenue. Now, wine, beer, and cider renewals. Chiquita's Restaurant LLC, 6059 Myrtle Avenue, Ridgewood. Polo alla Brasa, POPO Inc., doing business as POPO Restaurant, 6230 Woodhaven Boulevard. El Fogan Restaurant Inc., 1701 Palmetto Street. Woodward Co-working LLC, doing business as Esther, 467 Woodward Avenue. Okay, Knights Ridge LLC, doing business as TVI, 1647 Myrtle Avenue, 1647 Weirfield Street, Ridgewood, and they will be applying for a New Year's Eve permit. Building demolition and construction notices, none in Glendale, none in Maspeth, none in Middle Village. In Ridgewood, we have 505 Fairview Avenue is a garage, block 3382, lot 9. Okay. Take care of that. Thank you.
Moving forward, we hear from our elected officials' representatives. If you would like to hear more on their information or event briefing, please refer to the 1 hour 24-minute mark to the 1 hour 42-minute mark on the Queens Community Board November 2023 meeting on our YouTube page.
The Veterans Day Parade, they do it annually. These wonderful people on Metropolitan Avenue is this Sunday. They'll start at 80th Street and Metro, I think a little after noon, if I'm not mistaken. So Vinny and I usually go there. The cannabis shops that are proposed. So cannabis is legal in New York State. In my opinion, the places that we were notified about, that doesn't mean that they are going to necessarily apply. What they have to do is they have to give the community board, which is the municipality, in our case, there's 59 community boards in the city of New York, 30 days notice, just like a liquor license, if somebody wants a liquor license, before they can apply. And, but these locations are ridiculous. The 6401 Grand Avenue is one long block from St. Stan's. I think technically it's a little bit over 500 feet. Under the state regulations of the Office of Cannabis Management, you can't be within 500 feet of a school and you can't be within 200 feet of a house of worship. The site at 6309 Flushing Avenue, from what we see, is less than 500 feet. The two proposals for the same location at 7024 Myrtle Avenue next to McDonald's, there's Redeemer Lutheran School is now a public charter high school with 9th graders in it. I believe that is less than 500 feet from that site next to McDonald's. And even more ridiculous, in a way, we had the system is a real problem. We had 3 potential applicants for a site on Myrtle Avenue, and they all withdrew because they didn't even have a discussion with the property owner that the property owner was even considering renting to them. And Ted Renz called me and said, The property owner is opposed to having a cannabis shop at that location. So what's going on here is these people upset the community. You all are out here spending your time with regard to this. Many of you came to the public meeting we had here. The committee members have to work with regard to these ridiculous selections, and we have to put our recommendations together. So the Liquor License and Cannabis Committee of the Community Board is, as those of you who were at the public meeting here know, is recommending an opposition to the 3 locations that are on the table now. 6309 Flushing, 6401 Grand, and 7024 Myrtle Avenue. And as the district manager of this community board for more than 3 decades, I ask you to vote against these ridiculous locations. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. G. If I may comment, if you listen to the people who ever came to the public meeting last week, all these guys are in the real estate business. It sounds like an old-fashioned block-busting move. Get all you people upset so you sell your houses, because no one's selling their houses now. We live in too great a community, affordable, public transit is there. We have all the highways and everything. So it really sounds like they're trying to do blockbusting through a new way. So let's all fight against that. Thank you. Next item of business to come before us are committee reports. And the first committee is the Liquor License and Cannabis Committee. Who's reporting?
Good evening, everyone. So I'll try and keep this brief. We had the meeting last Wednesday, November 1st, regarding the proposed locations. The way we voted on this was on 2 separate locations, the 7024 Myrtle Avenue, and we combined the 6401 Grand Avenue and 6309 Flushing Avenue. So Gary, correct me if I'm wrong, we have to vote on them the same way, right? All right, so the recommendation from the committee for 7024 Myrtle Avenue was unanimous, and the fact that we would recommend an opposition to it. And I believe...
But let's be clear,
and
primarily because of the proximity
look,
to the schools, right?
Correct. So the proximity to Forte Prep, which, as Gary said, it's definitely under 500 feet. There are 9th graders there. That's our recommendation, and we should call a roll on that, right?
Yes, sir. Okay. So this is in opposition to the proposed cannabis location at 7024 Myrtle Avenue.
Correct. So a vote of yes or for would be in opposition
yes.
of it,
If you,
just to be clear.
Right. The committee report is asking you to oppose it. So a yes is in favor of opposition, okay? In favor of the committee report. Is that clear? All right? Okay. Mr. Arcuri. Carol Benovic Bradley. Tony Benanti. Jessica Boyardi. Eric Buckowitz. Rachel Karachi. Maritza Carmona. Robert Chimelli. Deepak Chowdhury. Walter Clayton. Patricia Crowley. Stephen Fiedler. Dory Figliola. Paul Kersner. Diego Lecleary. Ed Latow. Kathy Massey. Michael O'Kane. Don Passantino. Mike Porcelli. Melissa Rebecca. Ken Rayberger. Ted Renz. Luis Rodriguez. Lee Rottenberg. Walter Sanchez. Lily Scarabino. Dennis Steffen. Katarzyna Sita. Guyanel Tapa. Mr. Adhikari. Barbara Toscano. Patrick Trinchesi.
4.
Jasmine Valley. Mariana Zero. Brandon Zwagerman. Okay. Get everybody? Okay, thank you. So that's 70.
That's
Yeah.
7024 Myrtle. So now the other proposed location is 6401 Grand / 6309 Flushing Avenue. And our opposition to that was the proximity to St. Stan's. So the committee is recommending a letter of opposition to this location based on the proximity to the school. Again, we'll call a roll. A vote of yes or for is in opposition to the location.
Is that clear? Walter?
So listening to the proposals last week, these guys are kind of smart, although it might not seem like it. But they had 2 locations, and I'm really afraid that one's a compromise to the other, that they came and said, well, if you're not going to give us 6309, we'll take 6401. And it's not about us saying that, it's about the agency that decides that they're going to have it. It's the same applicant going for both. So I would like to have in that, it worries me to say because of the proximity to a school, because they might just move it down the block and get another, they will get another location. And it has more to do with the school kids walking, it just being on Grand Avenue, and there are a bunch of schools down there, because I'm not sure how far 6401 is from St. Stan's or from Transfiguration Church. So I just have a little challenge with that, Patrick, that we use that as a reason to say, no, it should be more. Because they're gonna ask for a compromise. All right, we're not gonna take.
Well, that was the primary
And
reason.
even saying, we feel that 6401 is a compromise to not getting the drive-through where Valley National Bank is. It just worries me because we're not the ones that are making the decision. We're just making a recommendation, and it's short of a reason why.
All right, why don't you guys work with Gary on the wording. Thank you.
Yeah,
All
absolutely.
right. Are you ready?
All right, we'll go backwards. Mariana Zero. Brandon Zwagerman. Jasmine Valley. Patrick Trinchesi.
4.
Barbara Toscano. Guyanel Tapa. Katarzyna Sita. Dennis Steffen. Lily Scarabino. Walter Sanchez. Lee Rottenberg. Luis Rodriguez. Ted Renz. Ken Rayberger. Melissa Rebecca. Michael Porcelli. Don Passantino. Michael O'Kane. Kathy Massey. Ed Littau. Diego Lecleary. Paul Kersner. Dory Figliola. Stephen Fiedler. Patricia Crowley. Walter Clayton. Robert Chimelli. Rachel Karachi. Eric Bukowitz. Jessica Boyardi. Tony Benanti. Carol Benovic Bradley. Mr. Arcuri. Mr. Adhikari. Okay. So everybody was opposed but one, right? Correct? Okay. Get everybody? Oh, Mr. Arcuri asked me to be specific, or Patrick, to say that the 3 applicants for 5640 Myrtle Avenue's location, which is pretty close to a site previously proposed to us, those 3 people, all from the same family, withdrew their applications, right, Patrick?
That's correct, yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next committee, Park Services. Do we have a report? Please, people, why don't you stay the next 10 minutes?
It's all right.
I know you're only here for one subject, but
It's all right.
it's not respectful for all the work these people do.
You can go. It's all right. Don't worry. Hello, everybody. My name is Stephen Phelan. I'm Parks Chair. How are we doing tonight? Okay, I'm here to talk about the meeting on October 26th for $5.8 million budget for, what park are we at? I got so many parks, I don't even get it anymore. Vinnie Maranzano Park in Glendale, okay? $5.8 million for the playground area. They gave the presentation. It should be up on the board, okay? You can switch the slides now. It creates an environment enhanced into the playground, increased playground value for all ages, planting and shade and cooling. The whole area is just a playground area. If you notice park, it has a playground area, handball court, and then a big like softball, basketball fields. These are the sites, okay? And as we keep on moving along, this is a diagram of the area that they're going to do. I think we got about 19 brand new trees going in, and they are going to put in swings. They're going to change the water facility to one that goes on and off. Basically, real quick, the only thing they're going to keep is the whale on the handball court walls. I don't know if you know it or not. That's what we're recommending, to keep that wall. If it's up there, if you could see it. Okay, they might do some work on the other side of the handball courts to make sure the walls are okay, but that's going to stay the same. There'll be a couple of different fences, entrances here or there, okay? The entrance on the back to the upper asphalt is going to stay. They're going to enlarge. Where are they going to enlarge? The walkway so a truck can get in behind the play area. The play area and all this is going to be done by Parks. The asphalt area is going to be done by DEP. DEP will do it first. They'll maintain the basketball courts, the backstop, and all the lines. And then the Parks will come in and do this section. The 2 things that we really wanted at the committee meeting was the handball wall to keep the whale on, and we want to retain the fences at the height that they are. The recommendations is that they drop them down to 4 feet. I am against that for one reason and one reason only. I don't want parks locked, but I think they should be capable of being locked, okay? So if you put a 4-foot fence, how do you lock a park? You can't, all right? If you keep the fences that are there and the gates that are there, in case there's an emergency situation or a park gets unruly, you have the capabilities to have volunteers to step up to lock the park. And that's what I advocate for. And the committee advocates for the same thing. Other than that, it's a good design. I think all the committee liked it. You can ask me on questions on the designs if you can see it. This is the play area. One's 3 to 5, and the other one is, I don't know the ages, 5 to 12, okay. And it looks very nice. We have a nice surface. We have water fountains and dispensaries. We have new shrubbery, we have 19 trees, we have benches all around. It's a very nice design. The committee was very happy with its garbage cans and everything going out. The existing entrance is staying the way it is, and the floral designs are very nice. That will work without sprinkler systems and stuff like that. They should last. I'm done. Any questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
Question.
Paul, what do you got?
Next committee.
I have a question on the comfort station. There was a full-scale...
Who's got the question?
Paul Kersner.
Thank you.
There was at one time a full-court comfort station in this park. It's not there. I'm not suggesting that we return to that because of the cost, but there is a remedy for 3 of our local parks, which is cost-effective. In Frontera Park in Maspeth, by the LIE Service Road, they have a mini comfort station there. A mini comfort station would do well here at Maranzano Playground, Benninger Playground, and Star Street Playground. The latter 2 are in Ridgewood. And so I would ask you in the next phase of this, Steve, if you can get them to get on to do that.
We had a little discussion on that. The funding is $70,000 for that mini comfort station. We were looking for room for it. Right now, there is no room for it in designs, but it's a thought that we want in every park that we redo to have comfort stations, okay?
Mini comfort station.
Well, the $70,000 mini comfort station.
All right.
Okay?
Yeah, all right.
All right,
as
Paul?
opposed to $1.1 million.
I hear, yes, definitely.
Okay.
Also, I just want to read real quick what's going on with the capital projects. Benjamin Park, reconstruction, $4 million. Evergreen Park, multi-purpose area, $4.6 million. Juniper Valley Ball Fields in design, $4.25. Frank Principe Playground in design, $8.3. Vinnie Zaramano Playground, $5.8. The Farah Playground in preliminary design, that's $4 million. Juniper multi-play area, preliminary design, 5.2. Princeberry Park, sports utility, lighting, preliminary design, 3.5. Ridgewood Reservoir site restoration, partially funded, 1.5. Ridgewood Reservoir gate house construction, 5.3. What has been done already is Juniper track and field reconstruction, 5.5. Saw Playground, which is finished now with spray showers and 2 phases, 2.3. Highland Park Lower Playground, 7.8. Thank you.
Thank you. Transportation Services and Public Transit. You have any report?
Good evening, everybody. So at the last meeting, a number of concerned residents came to the committee to discuss safety issues around Our Lady of Hope in Middle Village. The committee heard their concerns and made a number of recommendations, actually a large number of recommendations to the DOT to improve safety in that area. So those are things we're going to follow up on, and we're going to make sure that area becomes safer for the kids and for everyone else around the school. We continue as a committee to hear traffic and pedestrian safety requests from the community. You guys, not only the board members, but everyone out there and watching from home are our eyes and ears on the ground. So if you see a dangerous condition in the neighborhood, let us know. Email or call the board office. We'll add it to the agenda for the next committee meeting, and we'll discuss it and make sure if there's a problem that it gets addressed. Road resurfacing. Now, this has been an issue. It's been a long period of time between milling and resurfacing. Fortunately, it seems that the resurfacing in our area is complete, but repainting of lines has not been. So we are following up with the DOT to make sure those lines get repainted so that the neighborhood is much safer, especially for stop signage, for all types of road markings. And we're going to be following up the DOT to try to get this time period in between the milling, the resurfacing, and the painting of lines shortened. Of course, we're at maybe 2 months at this point. It's way too long. This should be done in 2 weeks. City bike usage. I know a couple of residents came to us with questions about usage of these stations. We're investigating that. We're going to try to look at the data and see what we could put together regarding what stations are being used, which ones aren't, and how could we potentially recommend to the proper agencies how to improve this in the neighborhood so we get a better experience. That being said, our next meeting is Tuesday, November 28th at 7:30 p.m. at the board office. If anyone wants to come, see the committee work, what we do, you're welcome to attend. But if you have requests for the committee to consider, please do send them to the board office beforehand because we need to have time to look into it. But thank you all very much. Have a nice night.
Thank you. Did I hear something? Okay. Any other committees that I failed to recognize? Land use? Walter?
So I'm just going to use a point of privilege here. I want to introduce somebody in the back, Catherine Mangone, who's the principal at St. Stan's. Catherine, say hello. Her claim to fame tonight is that she was actually a teacher of Eric Buckowitz here, our famed environmental chair. You both embarrassed now? Good. So with the land use, our meetings looks like it's going to be December 11th. All of our committee meetings are open to the public. In fact, believe it or not, we pay more attention to non-board members at our committee meetings. So think about coming to a meeting. If we do adopt the social media page, maybe you'll know a little bit more about what the meetings are. But hopefully you'll come to our committee meetings, and again, good luck.
Thank you. And no other committees? If not, we're up to old business. Anything I failed to follow up on? Any new business?
I move that the community board adopt Melissa Rebecca's suggestion regarding social media.
That's committee work, and the executive committee has to review it. Please, the executive committee has not done that. All right? So we'll do that. Any other new business? When is the next meeting, Mr. G? 13th or the 20th? Next meeting, December 13th. If there's no further business, I'll accept the motion to Tony Benanti, motion to adjourn. Walter Crowley, all in favor? Aye. Thank you. And I apologize to the board members for those people that walked out on you before you finished your business. Don't let it bother you. Just keep doing the great job you're doing.